I'll be taking a look at the BlackHorns PSP case. This is just like the outer box for iPhones and iPods. It does got two layers. The inside layer is a silicone and the outside layer is a hard plastic, which is really nice. And on the back of it, it does say BlackHorns and it shows a rhino. It kind of covers up the PSP logo, but it's a really nice case. And every function on the PSP is accessible, like the D-pad, the analog stick, the 4 buttons. And down here, all these buttons are accessible, like the home button and the select button, start button, up and down volume. And what's cool is they're actually covered up by the silicone case, so it protects them, and you can still use them, which is nice. And the memory stick slot, of course, you can pull up and you can get to. Just closes. The wall in and the USB are not covered up, so you can get to them and still use them in the case. And to get your UMD drive, there's a little hole right here. You take your finger and you push it. Give me a second here. You push it, and then this opens up, protecting the UMD drive. And then you could open your UMD drive from the case, which is nice. And then that closes, so it can protect the UMD drive. And this is actually a screen protector over the PSP. The hard case does got actual screen protector over it, so it protects the screen. And that little thing right there flips open, so you can get to your screen and clean it. But if you get one of these, I don't suggest you open that little tab, because when you go try to close this thing, it's kind of hard to put back on. And these sides don't seal on right, they don't snap on right, and then it won't protect it that good. So if you're wanting to clean the screen or something, I suggest you taking off the hard case, then cleaning it, and then putting it back on the hard case, because that's really easy to do. I mean, the only complaint I have about this case is that the analog stick is hard to use in this case. That's the only main downside about this case. The analog stick is hard to use. So if you're playing a game, I suggest you take off the hard case, play it in the silicone, and then put the hard case back on, and it'll be still protected. But for the most part, if you listen to music or web browsing or something, you can still have the case on. It does do a pretty good job. It's not like terribly bad using the analog stick inside the case, but it's a little different. You gotta get used to it, because see, your hand's bigger and it's a little weird too, moving up and down. You gotta get used to that, but that's the only complaint I have. And this thing just latches on, so you can put it on easily. See, it latches on to those two things, and this thing comes down. And what is cool about this is, oh yeah, before I get on to that, it does got the holes for the headphones and the power button, so you could charge it and listen to music in the case. Now back to this. After you're done unlatching it, you can actually use the latch as a stand for the PSP, which is pretty nice, and it just sits there. You could watch a movie, listen to music, or surf the web or something, or watch a movie, like I said, on here, which is nice, and it just sits back there, and you could use it as a portable stand, which is nice. But it's really just meant to hold the case securely. It locks the case. And then you take those little two latches. I was showing you these two right here. Then you just pull it up, and the PSP comes right up. And that's the way I suggest you actually clean it. But pretty easy. And then you can take the PSP out, and the steps of putting on this is easy. You just put the silicone around the PSP, which only takes about maybe a minute or so. Then you just lay it in here. And then you close that and latch it up, and you got a fully protected PSP. And the only thing the silicone doesn't protect is the UMD drive of the PSP. It doesn't protect the ring or the UMD drive, but it does protect the two sides of the PSP, where the battery case is, and the other side. And it protects almost everything else around it, which is nice. See, everything protects almost everything. And then after that, you just put it back in the hard case. It does fit in the hard case. And you what is nice about the BlackHorns case, you can actually buy different silicones. Like if you want like a blue or red one, or a purple one, or a black one, you could buy different silicones and then twist the color and then put it back in the hard case, because the hard case is see-through, and then you could change the color and you have a new color if you get tired of the other color. But mine unfortunately came with the baby blue one, but I still like the baby blue one. It's pretty cool. And then you push it down. Then you push that little thing over, the little stand thing I was talking about, and it secures it and locks it in place, so it won't move anywhere, so it won't accidentally pop open if you're playing it or if you drop it. Of course, if it's too hard, of course it'll pop open, but it like locks it up so the hard case won't fall off it. And then you got your PSP fully protected. This case cost me around $40, and I don't know if you could buy it in America, but I got it overseas, and it's highly worth every bit of $40 because it protects the whole thing, and it's like an outer box for the PSP, so it got double protection. I would even suggest going an extra step and opening it back up and putting on a putting on a screen protector over the PSP and then putting it back on so that the screen will be double protected, but I haven't done that yet. And I give this case a 9.5 out of 10. I love it. The only problem is, like I said, the analog stick is hard to use. It's not terribly bad. You can still use it in the case and still play games that use the analog stick, but it's not the same as without the case. Like I told you, just play some PSP games. If you don't like it like this, play without the hard case on it. Play the PSP game without the hard case, and then put the hard case back on it, and then play. For the most part, it's not that bad, but it is a little downside because it's a little hard to play with the case on it. But I give this case a 9.5 out of 10 just because of the analog stick. But it's a great case, like I said, and I highly do recommend this for any PSP users. I know they make it for the 2000 because this is a 2000. I don't know if they make the BlackHorns case for 1000 or 3000 or PSP Go, but I know they make it for 2000. So if you have a PSP 2000 and you want to fully protect it, I suggest getting the BlackHorns case and then putting on an extra screen protector so it'll be double protected. And it does protect from dropping stuff, because I have dropped this one time on like concrete and it was fully protected. And this thing is in almost like mint condition after that. This thing really does protect your PSP. And that's about it for the PSP BlackHorns case.